Hello, everyone. Welcome back to, I don't know, part 4 or something like that of my Singer 99 sympathetic restoration. The last video, I finished up the light, and on this video, I want to show you the motor. I decided I am not going to disassemble this motor for a few reasons. Number one, I was checking out the wiring and it looks fine. There are no frays, no cracking or anything in the wiring. And then I hooked it up to my controller. I have it right here like this. And let's run it. This thing is humming. I see no sparks. I hear no noises I shouldn't be hearing. It just sounds very, very smooth and silky. So I'm not going to disassemble it. It's not like it's really, really hard. I mean, it's a basic electric motor. I've taken many of motors apart, and but I'm not going to do this one because, like I said, everything looks fine. I don't see any problems with it. So let me unplug this. All right, we got that unplugged. Let me disconnect this. Okay. I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to take off this bracket right here. And we have a screw right here. So remember, use the correct size screwdriver. So we're going to get this off. Make sure there's no washers or anything. Beautiful. All right. So this is to facilitate cleaning. All right. This is a no-brainer, right? I'm just going to dust it off, clean it up a little bit, clean this connector, and that'll be good to go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the machine and we're going to take off the hand wheel, and I believe it's called the stop motion crank. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And we're going to take off the bobbin assembly. So let's get over there. All right. If you look right down there, there is a screw. We're going to take that screw out. All right, so we have the whole bobbin assembly out. We're going to clean this up. Let me set this aside. All right, let me see if I can get a better view. All right, hopefully this is all in view. So this is the stop motion knob. We need to take that off first. Let's see if I can get in here. It's a little screw right there. You want to turn that screw and take that out. Okay. Now you want to grab the wheel and turn this to the left. And you have that little washer type thing. Remember the orientation, okay? I don't think it's the same on both sides. All right, so we have stampings on that side. That goes down. All right, we'll put that aside. Now we're going to take off the wheel. Should pop off. All right. So we got the hand wheel off, stop motion knob, and the bobbin assembly. Let's go back over to the bench. All right. So I think in the first video I had shown a Singer 66 that I bought for parts. And not only parts, but to kind of experiment on that one for things that I wanted to see how they worked on the 99. So I took off the bobbin winder assembly here from the 99, and I also took it off of the 66. And they are most definitely different, okay? The bracket is smaller. Some of the pieces are definitely different shaped. And what I noticed was when I turned this around, it says made in Italy. It also says Italy on here. So I'm learning as I'm going. Let me raise this up a little bit. I did not know that parts were made in Italy for these machines. Now, I don't know if this is an aftermarket part or if it came like that. I know that parts and machines were made in Canada. They were made in Scotland and USA, obviously, but I did not know that some of the parts were made in Italy. All right. So now these other parts here, the stop motion knob and the little, um, for lack of a better term, washer and the screw, this stuff is going to go into the super clean. And we'll get to this in a moment. But right now, we're going to take apart the bobbin winder, okay? Let me get the right size bit for this. First thing we're going to remove is this right here. I don't know all the names of these. I'm going to have a link in the description to Sewing Machine Rehab. Jen, she has fantastic videos. I'm watching the videos from her before I show you, like I had mentioned a few times. But she knows all the names to the parts. Definitely go check her out. Okay. You got that one loose. And you have this little spring. You can see it has these little ears on it. And they go into this one of two holes. And from what she was saying, she believed that depending on what hole it is, will retension this spring. Okay. So we'll take that out. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm making these videos as much for me for reassemble as for you to watch. So I want to get a good view of what everything looks like. All right. I believe the second part she took out was this right here. That does not fit in there too well. Okay, we got it. And I believe there's another spring behind that. Okay. Yes. Now that spring is smaller than that one. Let's put all these parts aside. All right. Now, okay, this one has a nut on it. I forget what size she said, but none of the American Imperial sizes I had fit, nor did any of the metric sizes fit. So I had a little 6 millimeter wrench that was a duplicate. I had two of them. So again, I went way overboard and made a little wrench, and it was so short I just stuck it in this file handle. But that'll fit on there perfectly. And now we'll loosen this one. Make sure I get that in the center. Well, that one's tight. Let's try to just loosen the nut first. There you go. Whoa. Okay, that's not turning. I'm not sure why, but we'll leave that for a second. Next, we're going to take off this adjustment screw. Okay. Then this one here. Oh, that one's tight. Okay, I am going to put a drop of oil on this and this. I'm not going to use WD-40 because I don't know how it's going to react to the Japanning, but just a regular little sewing oil. I'm going to put it on there and let it sit for a little bit. All right, so that's been soaking for a little bit. Let's try that again. There she goes. Man, that's tight. That is not coming out. I wonder if it's just jammed in there. Let me get a little brass hammer here. Let me just tap that. That is not moving. Let me put a drop of oil on this side. I would think it screws in, but I could be wrong. All right, we'll let that sit. Let's try this one. Oh, definitely don't want to bugger up the screw. All right, that one's very, very tight too. I'm going to let that soak a little bit longer, and I'll bring you back. Let's try this again. Okay, got that out. What do we got there? Okay, we got another spring. Okay, that goes like that. Set that aside. Set that aside. Put that aside. Now, the last one is this screw right here. Let's take this out. Okay. I don't see any washers or anything there. I did bugger that screw a little bit, but right there I slipped. Dang, I hate that, but we'll try to fix that. Now I need to remove this bad boy. Got a bigger screwdriver here. Let's see if that fits in there. Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, it's turning. It's turning, but it's not coming out. So I'm going to guess that that's not thread. There's no threads in this. I'm going to guess this just needs to pop out. There you go. All right. So that's the cam. We have a little spring washer that goes in that orientation there. Set that aside. We'll take that out. We'll put that over there. And this, from what I have seen, is press fit. And these are oil ports. So we're going to have to clean this by hand. I'm not going to dip this in the super clean because, like I had mentioned, the super clean, got a little, still got that flu going on there. The super clean, when I dropped it on my garage floor, took away some of the epoxy paint. So I don't want to ruin this Japanning. So this is going to have to be all cleaned by hand. All right. So at this point, all of these parts here are going to be soaked in the super clean. And when they come out of that, I'll bring you back. All right. While that stuff is soaking, just have a little brass brush. And I'm going to be very careful. And just clean that up, which is coming out fine. All right, so you get the idea. I'll finish cleaning that up, and then I'll bring you back, and we'll do a little cleaning up on the hand wheel, and a little bit of cleaning up on here. All right, so that came out pretty nice. The Japanning is very dull. I don't think that's dirt. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna try some of this Zymol. I saw Jen on the Sewing Machine Rehab channel. Again, I have her whole playlist down in my playlists. We're going to try this and see how this works. I have a little piece of shop towel here. See if this stuff works. See if it cleans and polishes. Oh, look at that. It's taking off a lot of dirt, huh? Let's see what the directions actually say. Shake. Work product to a damp haze and then buff. All right. Let's just get it. Well, I mean, it really took off a lot of dirt. Well, look at there, huh? Wow. That looks beautiful. All right. I'll finish the rest of this and then I'll bring you back. All right. So my last segment got totally messed up. There was no sound. and my phone went to low power, and I went to go. It just the whole segment got totally messed up. So I finished this up. Absolutely beautiful. I'm very, very pleased with it. It's all oiled up, cleaned up. I used the Zymol on the mounting bracket. It came out great. Very pleased with that. And then I showed you how I cleaned this, the hand wheel. Um, it was very, very simple. Basically, I took some 4O steel wool and some Mother's Mag, put it all around the edge with the steel wool. Okay. Then I ran it on my buffing wheel over there. Came out really nice. And then I used the Zymol again on the inside and on the outside. I am extremely pleased with that. If this is any indication what the rest of the machine is going to look like, I'm definitely blown away by this stuff. I love it. I had to do it, gosh, probably 4 times. That's how much grit and grime was on there. Let me see if I could just grab a piece to show you. This just kept coming off, coming off, coming off. It was just nasty. Yeah, I got the other pieces buried in there, but yeah, it just kept coming off, coming off. I mean, almost 100 years worth of grime on there. Who knows if it's ever been cleaned? But I'm totally stoked. I got all the pieces still soaking in the uh, super clean, and when they're done, I'm going to take them out and we'll clean them up, rinse them off, polish them if we have to, and we'll put back together the bobbin winder. All right, I'll see you then. All right, let's get something out of here. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, get all that grime off of there. Just thinking about getting an ultrasonic cleaner, but I haven't found any that had great reviews. Look at all that nastiness. Looks like it's got a little pitting on it, but cleaned up pretty good. We'll get at it a little bit more in the back there. Let's grab something else. Ooh, nice. Try a little 4/0 steel wool. Oh yeah. Try a little 4/0 on this. Oh yeah, look at that, huh? Very cool. All right, so I am going to clean all these individual pieces um, and probably bring them over to my polishing wheel and give them a little polish, and I'll bring you back. All right, they came out great. This has got some pitting on it. This would be a perfect candidate for me to um, basically remove all the plating on this surface. I could just use a flat piece of sandpaper and get all that plating off and replate that. But I'm not going into that much detail with this machine. Maybe down the road. But I mean, look at the gear here. Came out very nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little of this Singer sewing machine oil. I'm going to put a light coat of oil on all these pieces. Now, none of them went down past the plating as far as like corrosion or anything. So these should be fine, but better safe than sorry. So like I said, I'll just go over each one, light coat of oil, the screws. Oh, you remember that one screw I buggered up? That was this one. I slipped with the screwdriver. You could barely see right there. So I very, very carefully used a file and touched that up and then polished it. I might have went through the plating, but I'm not 100% sure. It kind of was just a little burr. You can still kind of see it, but it looks much better. Did a bubba job on it. All right, I won't bore you watching me do this. I'll bring you back when I'm all done. All right, well, there it is. It's all back together. All right, so I was watching my previous segment, so I kind of knew where everything went. Um, and I'm filming it, and I'm having a hard time with this camera is literally, the tripod's literally in front of me, getting everything to line back up and put it together, okay? We got a spring behind here. We got a spring behind here. We got a spring behind here. Most of it went together with no problem until I got to this part right here. And when you set the spring and you put it on, you get the screw in, and the spring just kept popping out, popping out, popping out, popping out. And I don't get frustrated. I just kind of put it down and I walk away. Then I come back to it. And I just decided I needed a third hand. So I got a third hand, and they helped me get this screw in once I was holding everything in alignment. And as far as filming all of that, it would have been 45 minutes of filming, and that's absolutely ridiculous. Again, I'm a newbie at this stuff. Um, I've been watching videos, I've been corresponding back and forth with Howard over at Cabot Bluegill. I'm watching videos from Ron Fowler on YouTube, watching videos from Jen over at Sewing Machine Rehab. And I basically watched her rip this apart and put it back together, and she did it all by herself. And I needed a third hand. So again, if you're gonna do this, I highly recommend check out Jen's videos. Um, very, very great quality of video. She explains it well. Her camera skills are excellent. She shows you everything. And yeah, that'd be a lot faster than watching me fumble around with it for 45 minutes. But it's all back together. Works great. And any final adjustments will be once it's on the machine. So I'm going to call this an end to this video. And the next video will probably attack the nose end of the machine, which should be fun. And yeah, what do we got there? Just a little speck. So there you have it. You know I'm going to say it. I'm sending you all much, much love and appreciation, my brothers and sisters. I want to thank you for coming along. If you have any questions, just throw them down below. Definitely go check out Jen if you're going to be doing one of these. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one.